into the novel The Beautiful Tragedy, written by Moram Kumar. Very recently published in April 2022, Assamese novel titled The Beautiful Tragedy, written by Moram Kumar, has reached my hand and I have gone through it. The story and literary merits of the novel, as perceived by me, are laid down below. First thing, Moram Kumar is basically a journalist. Moreover, he is a poet, a story writer, and a novelist of high order. The Beautiful Tragedy is his latest work. The book contains 400 pages covering the pathetic story of a lady of real flesh and blood. The story runs as follows. Mondira Borua, now Dr. Mondira Borua, a girl of exquisite beauty, merit, benevolence, and compatibility, hailed from Asoibari, an innermost village of Jorhat district. She lived a well-disciplined life in a religious and cultured family under strict administration of parents, elder brothers, and sisters. She lost her father at an early age. With the passage of time, all the elder brothers and sisters got married and lived elsewhere other than parental home. The family, so thick and compact, thinned away in time. She had to live with her mother till marriage. She studied at Bahana College, Jorhat. The turn of event came to her life. The college teacher Moniram Datta got attracted towards her. The proposal of marriage with his brother-in-law Robin Borua, an engineer of Tezpur, was placed before her and her mother. Mother was overjoyed to think that her daughter would be married to an engineer. So she readily agreed to the proposal. Mondira also agreed likewise. The day of marriage came and passed off happily. Mondira's title was changed from Pasani to Borua as a matter of social order and custom. Her basic address was changed from Jorhat to Tezpur. Miss Mondira Pasani became Mrs. Mondira Borua. Though literally a marriage, it was actually the starting point of a horrible tragedy for an aspiring, innocent, inexperienced girl. Dark clouds came down heavily to cover the bright and blue sky. Tragedy started on the very first night of conjugal life. On that very night, she discovered the outer and inner person of her husband to a great extent. Her husband came late at night, quite imbalanced, both physically and mentally. Instead of perfume fragrance, she had to inhale insupportable stench of alcohol. Instead of welcome address from her husband, she was asked to leave the bedroom. Saying this, he staggered away to another bed and lay down quite mute and intoxicated. In this way, her married life proceeded. Subsequently, she also got to know that her husband was a sufferer of complicated heart disease. Days passed on and things turned from bad to worse. Case so happened that she had to provide alcohol to her bedridden husband regularly to contain his fumes of anger. Amid so much distress and dissatisfaction, she became the mother of a son. Her husband died after 18 years of marriage. Now the readers may guess how the sufferings of married life weighed heavily on a girl accustomed to discipline and religious parental family. Her dreams of conjugal life were shattered and nipped in the bud. Bed of roses was turned into bed of thorns. But she did not overlook her duty at any cost. She tried her best to bring back her ailing husband to the normal stream of life, but attempts proved of no avail. Now crisis appeared and engrossed her family day after day. She had to think of extra means of income to support the family. This was another turning point of her life. While living at the River Research Colony at Vasistha, she resorted to cow and duck rearing, vegetables farming for extra income. There was a plot of government land measuring about 20 bighas of land fully covered by Parthenium jungle in front of the quarters. She cut off the jungles by her own hands and resorted to vegetables farming. Government were pleased at her novel initiative, and the then CM Tarun Gogoi offered her a sum of rupees 20,000 as cash reward in recognition of her enthusiastic and pioneering activities. The trend of her self-dependent activities continued, and she became the model heroine for the helpless and downtrodden people. Satsari, a social organization under her chairpersonship, upholds her into name and fame. It is a social, economic, cultural, and spiritual organization. The readers will get everything to know in details in the interesting novel of 400 pages. Mandira Barua is at present recipient of so many state and national awards to her credit. Literary merits of the novel. The title itself of the novel is interestingly meaningful. Beautiful and tragedy, two contrasting words, have been blended together. It is an instance of figurative speech called oxymoron. The title indicates how tragedy also may result in beautiful ending, which occurred in the life of Dr. Mandira Barua. Along with the development of the story, the writer puts social and psychological comments to drive home his point. The uses of words and sentences are full of pragmatism. Sentences are sweet, flowing, and meaningful. The writer has been successful in carrying forward the description in a fascinating manner. The interest of the novel lies in the authentic story of a lady's pathetic life, along with appropriate literary treatment of the novelist. I wish the novel a grand success.